Shadow of the Beast is actually a reimagining of the 1989 classic Amiga game. It's classic, but if you haven't played it, don't worry, not a lot of people have. You play as this creature Arbron, and you kill your way through two-dimensional levels in a brutal, M-rated side-scroller style beat-em-up game. It looks very interesting visually, and I think it's worth noting that it does run at 60 frames per second on PS4. That being said, it is only on PS4 right now, so I like to say, like, while Xbox One has Ori and the Blind Forest, PS4 has the Shadow of the Beast game. And at number 9, we have Fallout 4, the Far Harbor DLC. This DLC is allegedly releasing in May, and like all other aspects of the Fallout 4 Season Pass, we don't know too much about it up until right before it releases, but we do know that it's a new case from Valentine's Detective Agency, leading you on a search for a young woman and a secret colony of synths. You travel to this mysterious island called Far Harbor that's actually off the coast of Maine. And that's where the adventure starts, where you can find new quests, new gear, new weapons, new characters, and a bunch of other stuff. This is going to be Fallout 4's first big, true expansion, worthy of some money, I think. You know, if you've played any other major Fallout or Elder Scrolls expansion, you know the deal here. It's worth noting that the landmass here is bigger than any other Bethesda expansion before it. Pete Hines actually said it's bigger than Shivering Isles from Oblivion. That's going to be pretty damn big, and definitely worth firing up Fallout 4 for again. And at number 8, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutants in Manhattan. The Platinum Games developed Ninja Turtles game looks really awesome. It's a beat-em-up style game where you get to choose which Ninja Turtle you'll play as, and they each have their own different abilities. Raphael can partner with another turtle and do like a shell-smashing attack. He's also the stealthiest character. Donatello can serve as a healer and give pizza to the other players. Michelangelo can do a bunch of goofy breakdance fighting moves. And Leonardo can actually slow down time and attack enemies. This Ninja Turtle game, I gotta say, looks surprisingly awesome. Graphically, it looks cool, but the team combat stuff looks really engaging. If you played Platinum's last effort at a Transformers game, you know that the combat was nothing to scoff at, and this looks really impressive, I gotta say. And at number 7, we have Homefront: The Revolution. While not especially highly reviewed, the original Homefront did receive a small cult following of fans, and Homefront: The Revolution came back to some fanfare, but really kind of faced a tumultuous development cycle, changing hands multiple times, between going dark and changing publishers multiple times. However, what we have here looks like a pretty ambitious game. It's open world, occupied Philadelphia, and you're a guerrilla, and it's your chance to take the city back. There's weapon customization, there's base building, there's team tactics, there's stealth, there's remote control cars with surveillance cameras on them, and there's even vehicles. We haven't seen a ton of this game, but it is really ambitious and we're hoping it turns out good. And at number 6, we have Battleborn, yet another hero-based first-person shooter game. It seems like every studio has one of these now, but Battleborn is worth mentioning because it's being made by Gearbox, you know, the guys who made Borderlands. So right there, it's worth noting that they have an idea on creating cool characters, great environments and stories and landscapes, and just a general vibe and gameplay that is absolutely fun. Battleborn is based around team-based competitive multiplayer 5v5 matches, but Gearbox has doubled down on progression systems and factions here that seems pretty interesting. Not only that, but it is worth mentioning that there is a story mode here that can be played entirely single player. So, you know, if the fast first-person shooter competitive stuff doesn't really jive with you, at least you can try your hand at a single player mode with that signature Gearbox style. And at number 5, we have Total War Warhammer. The Warhammer series returns to its original style roots in this big old fantasy strategy game that many fans are foaming at the mouth for. Warhammer combines turn-based and real-time battles with the whole, you know, managing your units and fighting out battles, but also just amassing an empire. There's 4 different races here: the Empire, the Dwarves, the Vampire Counts, and the Greenskins. And like many of these types of games, they have their own unique characters, stories, lore, abilities, unit attacks, and playstyles. What's really impressive here is that you can summon dragons to swoop in, giants to come in and start knocking the shit out of everybody, and really just create your own epic, massive battles. This looks like fantasy strategy gaming's wet dream, and that's why we're excited for it. And at number 4, we have Stellaris. Stellaris is a 4X space exploration game. This is honestly a PC gamer's game through and through here. 4X, for those of you that don't know, stands for Explore, Expand, Exploit, and Exterminate, and I'm gonna be real with you, that's what you're doing in Stellaris. But it's worth mentioning that this game looks totally gorgeous, and if you're a space nerd, you're probably gonna freak out. It's grand, massive strategy with space exploration. There's thousands of planets and a massive procedurally generated galaxy, a full diplomacy system to make peace or cause war, an entire ship designer to design your own ships. So it's up to you. Do you fly around through space and be a complete asshole, kill everyone, and take every resource you can find? Or do you forge your own way and try and evolve technology and make peace? It's up to you, and people play these games for a reason, and that's probably why Stellaris is worth checking out if you're a PC gamer. And at number 3, we have Overwatch. It's funny how earlier I was talking about Battleborn and how it's a hero-based first-person shooter style game. Well, here's Blizzard's take, and we all have faith in Blizzard because they do some pretty awesome shit, and Overwatch has been pretty promising. Alphas and betas have been pretty great, and players are actively looking forward to playing the final game. There's a lot of great and completely different characters to play as here, and we are really looking forward to getting our hands on it. The best part is that it's not only just playable on PC, you can also play it on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, so everyone can get in on this action. That's pretty cool. There's robots, there's aliens, there's assassins, there's humans, there's basically a character for everyone to play as here, and Overwatch definitely might be one of the biggest games of May. And speaking of shooting things, at number 2 we have Doom. Doom has been eagerly anticipated for a very, very long time, and we are dying to cut our teeth into it. We've gotten a decent amount of look at the single player and the multiplayer, and overall, it looks pretty awesome. The multiplayer is going to divide some people. Everyone has kind of a different opinion on the multiplayer, as old school fans kind of think it's just kind of like Halo, and new school fans find some things new and exciting here. I think everyone's just gonna have to decide for themselves, but it does seem like Bethesda is doubling down on the multiplayer here. However, and what I think is the most important thing, the single player component looks absolutely batshit crazy and awesome. Have you seen the amount of finishing kills here? There are areas in the game that are very arena-based. You're running around, you're shooting scary demons, you're punching them in the face, you're ripping their arms off, and I am all about it. Doom lands smack dab in the middle of the month, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. And at number 1, speaking of something I can't wait to get my hands on, let's talk about Uncharted 4. Easily our most anticipated game for May of 2016, and maybe even the entire year. The apparent last adventure of Nathan Drake looks like it's gonna be a doozy. Not only do we have Nolan North reprising his role as Nathan Drake, we also have Troy Baker voicing his brother this time around. If that's not a match made in voice actor heaven, I don't know what is. But there's everything here. There's exploration, there's new driving sequences, there's swinging on ropes, and shooting and punching dudes in the face, and seemingly anything you want in an Uncharted game is here, and I cannot wait to play it. However, it is worth noting that we do have some bonus games that we have to mention, including the Dead Island Definitive Collection that I don't know who asked for. We also have Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, One Piece Burning Blood, and the Elder Scrolls Online is getting Dark Brotherhood. These are all the games that are probably worth paying attention to in May of 2016, but most importantly, we want to know in the comments what games you guys are going to be playing this month. Are you hyped for some Ninja Turtles action? Are you going to get in some hero-based first-person shooter games? Or do you want to push everything aside and play some Uncharted 4? Let's talk about any games down in the comments below. And you guys know the deal. If you learned about a game releasing this month and we helped you out, clicking the like button helps us and we appreciate it. If this is your first